I just have to watch how, make sure you're actually doing it. The exercises are important.
Okay.
Now one more time. I know it seems crazy, but after we're done, you're going to notice a really big difference. A lot of my ideals are crazy, but they work.
Okay.
Now tell me, go ahead and try to think of another situation that you haven't thought of yet where this would happen. Has it changed quite a bit yet?
Yeah.
It starts to have a whole different feeling, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And we're not even done yet.
Yeah. That's interesting.
See, because that's not enough. Just changing it is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to make it to where it affects every single time, even into the future.
Okay.
So not only do we have to do it when you're imagining it, because when you play things, you get part of the feeling back.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing is we're generalizing it. This is where the part that comes in with learning.
Okay.
You have 3 things that are really important when it comes to learning. Generalizations. You have to be able to generalize the information into different parts of your life, or otherwise it's only useful for whatever part that you use it for.
Okay.
So the more examples we go through, the more it generalizes. The next thing is it's got to be associated with enough things. That's not just generalizations. That's with different examples, like different situations but have one thing in common. Right?
Okay.
Which would be the feeling.
Yeah.
Or slight variations of it. That's associations. The third part is what is not there. The disassociations. That's how we learn things.
Okay.
Them 3 things are 3 most important parts of learning things. Because you have to know what not to have there to have what you have there. And you have to have it generalized to be able to use it. Or otherwise, it's like it's not there. Kind of like, have you ever been in a situation, like, do you have a problem speaking to large groups of people? Or are you fairly comfortable?
I'm pretty comfortable.
Okay. Now think of something that you'd normally be good at, but for some reason it's like things weren't just right. Like something was off just a little bit.
Okay.
That's a situation that I'm talking about. It's because it's not that you can't do it. It's just that for some reason that state of mind didn't have the same resources that you have in different states of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a little tired.
No, I didn't get very much sleep last night.
Oh,
so.
you didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but I'm good.
It's cool. It has that effect anyways. Even if you're fully awake, just doing the exercise is enough to do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, because the cool thing about hypnosis is that a lot of people have a preconceived idea of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love stage hypnotists. They make it seem like it's some process where I have to make you do something, and then I yell out some command and you do it.
Oh, yeah, like bark like a dog or something.
Or like, if you ever seen, like, some hypnotists that have people do things like, if I stuck my hand out until you put your hand on top,
yeah,
and then count to 3 or whatever, and then I'd pull my hand out or something and yell sleep, and then you go over like this and stuff like that. Well, I don't have to do any of that.
Well, that's good.
In fact, actually, we've been doing light forms of it the whole time. It's like the self-hypnosis exercises, the stories, and all that. That's all a form of hypnosis. It's like, when I'm telling somebody a story, they have to imagine it mentally, right?
Yeah.
Well, to imagine something, you're no longer in the same state of mind that you were beforehand, were you?
No.
Hypnosis is just an altered state of mind. That's all it is. When you go to tell somebody about a situation you was in, you're actually doing a form of hypnosis.
Okay.
Now, there's different levels. There's what they call light trance, which is conversational type. There's medium trance. It's when people start to breathe slower, their skin and plasticity and their muscles begin to change, like when you begin to actually relax.
Yeah.
Kind of like when you're with friends and talking. And then there's the kind where you're like damn near asleep.
Okay.
Them are the 3 general. That way I'm not going too far into it.
Yeah.
You can actually do it when people are asleep, but I don't recommend it because it's not exactly ethical.
Okay.
But if you ever talk to your boyfriend or something while he's asleep, that's a form of it.
Okay.
because they're actually not conscious. So
Yeah, I don't think I've ever tried that, but talking to him in his sleep.
it works with people that have rapport, though, usually. And all rapport is some form of a relationship. It can be acquaintance form of relationship.
Okay.
Or something. You'll see it when people are like at tables and stuff talking. They'll be mirroring each other. They'll be doing something similar.
That's interesting.
Like if you see a bunch of friends together, if you pay attention to them, they'll all be doing something similar.
That's cool.
It might be something barely noticeable, like breathing at the same rate, or something else.
Cool. I'm gonna start watching people now more. Like while they're sitting at the table.
Well, because I'm not only when I do the work that I'm doing, I'm not only giving you examples to change what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teaching you how to do a little bit of it. That way, you not only change what you're doing now, but you can change some things you're doing later.
Yeah.
That way, you can use it for more than just one thing.
That's cool.
Now, okay. If you was to think of one thing that would stand for all the different times, like 3 or 4 times, could you imagine something that you would say would be the equivalent?
Kind of puts it all together.
Of the feeling? Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Like a collage or something.
Like a what?
Like a collage or something.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just throwing ideas out.
No, it's pretty simple.
Okay. Get into it as much as you can. See what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I want you to put a little square right dead in the center of it, right?
Okay.
It's a little black square. And I want you to imagine, what do you want to do instead? Now, I want you to put it in that little black square, but do not make it big yet. Just imagine, what do you want to go in there? What do you want to do instead? Imagine putting it in that little square. I know it sounds crazy.
Okay.
So go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Pick 5 things.
5 things? Okay.
Make them good. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you go ahead and make it big, I want you to hear the big, like a swish sound, right? And what you want to do is you want to make it big 3 times.
Okay.
To where it becomes big and it goes right over the old image.
Okay.
And do that 3 times for each 5 thing you got.
Okay.
Need to pick one thing that's a little bit better because I want to see a big goofy smile on your face.
Okay.
Trust me, it helps.
Okay.
Pick something that nobody would ever imagine. It could be something you do mentally in all 5 of them things. Something you'd never had to tell anybody about that gives you a really goofy smile.
Okay.
Pick something better. It's alright. You ain't got to tell anybody. Remember that. It all stays in there. The better this thing is, the better this is going to work. That's the key. That's one of the key pieces. It's got to be something good. That could be a silly ideal, nothing that's even real. Just be something you imagined before. They give you a big goofy smile. I mean, it's got to be something that you feel really good about.
Yeah.
See, because you got to have something to propel you in that direction. This is the thing that propels you there. Okay, now go ahead and try to think about being jealous again. Try to think about it. And tell me what happens.
I think more about the things that I just thought about.
Cool.
Over the jealousy.
And go ahead and try again.
Okay.
Does it get into it at all?
A little bit, but not as much.
Does it jump right over it? Does it?
It kind of just like side by side, yeah. Like not, I guess not side by side, but just it's more blurry than it was before with the